Hey Aquarius, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is our daily reading for July 6th, 2025. Let's see what's going on with Aquarius. The heart of your reading, we have the moon. Interestingly, this feels like confidence in the face of the unknown. Like you're satisfied with the amount of illumination that you have, the level of awareness that you have, and you have enough self-confidence to deal with the unknown that you're forging ahead. I won't say fearless, but unencumbered by fear. Your challenge, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Pentacles. Dealing with setbacks and delays and still getting your bag. Like there's financial prosperity on the line here, and you want to be diligent and disciplined in how you apply your time, talents, skills, abilities, what have you. You want to be methodical about it and committed to the path that you've chosen. But the Knight of Pentacles showing up in reverse tells me that you're dealing with unavoidable setbacks. And I think that's inherent in the moon energy. When your path is under the light of the moon, you're dealing with a lot of shadows, a lot of darkness. There are problems inherent with, let me say that better. The way that I'm picking up on the energy, that's the message that's coming through for the moon, there are going to be problems along the way. Doesn't matter how perfectly you set things up, how well you perform, how expertly you plan, there are gonna be problems. Things you can't anticipate, or factors outside of your control. What are we focused on? Knight of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. You want to follow your passion. You've heard all this talk about do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. So I say that in this tone of like, it's so trite. It's such a cliche. But there's a nugget of truth there, right? It's this alignment with universal flow when you are passionate about what you're doing, that's going to bring you to this sense of independence, prosperity, having more than you need, enough to be charitable, helping others, enough to treat yourself to indulgences. It's not like billionaire status hoarding wealth energy. That sort of archetypal energy sort of never entered the consciousness of people when they were creating the tarot. So I'll say that this is more like a nobleman's life. Someone who has means, who has planned well for themselves and exercised their options to the best of their ability, and they're living the good life. You're seeing yourself as the Knight of Wands. You want to enjoy your life. The territory that we see the Knight of Wands traversing through is unknown, rocky terrain in the shadows. You don't have a road map because you've never been down this road before. So you have to be creative and nimble. And when you take on those responsibilities, for lack of a better term, to be nimble and agile and creative, who better to embody what facet of yourself better to employ than the Knight of Wands? He knows how to have fun with it. I'm getting silly, like a very jovial impression of like this knight charging on the cobblestone, and his horse twists a leg and he falls off, and it's nighttime and no one's there to see him, but he laughs out, oh, that's, oh, look at me, I fell down. I'm being super silly with it, but it's this just sort of archetypal expression of, I think, how this Aquarius collective is viewing how they want to approach life right now. Laughing it off, having fun with it. Like, if I can't really figure out what it means to follow my passion, I know I'm passionate about being independent and sovereign and wealthy and having enough to cover all of my needs and a little bit more. Show me what led up to this in the recent past. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is backtracking a bit in life. Could be moving back in with a parent, or moving back to your hometown, getting a roommate to come in and help you with rent. Maybe asking the company you used to work for if they have any openings, asking them for your old job back. There's some sort of like desire on Aquarius' part to reconnect with the past, to regroup and plan for the future. I'm getting like a sports metaphor of like a rebuilding year. From your higher self perspective, one of the best things that can come from this season in your life is the momentum that you're being propelled within. Because of the actions that you're taking, the environment that you're putting yourself in, the people that you're interacting with, it's setting the stage for things to unfold later in your life. Yes, now, but I'm focusing on the fact that it doesn't just matter for the right now. It's also like this snowball effect of things taking a turn in your life, or taking on lives of their own, these like little idea children that you're putting out into the world. Like, oh, what if I start doing this? And because you're around certain people, you're like, oh, they have this skill and I could do it this way, and they'll help me out with this part of it. And then you put that in motion, and maybe that becomes like a passive side income that pays you for years to come. And there's all these, I'm getting this buzzing energy of like lots of these little things that you start putting in motion that create like, not ripple effects, but more so like I just described, like you plant the seed now and it starts growing into bigger things that pay dividends down the line. If you're someone who has always wanted to have multiple streams of passive income, I'm heavily picking up on that sort of energy, that you're setting yourself up for that right now. Things are all falling in place to have that life. In the near future, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. This is a bit of realizing the truth where you were a bit naive. Let me get a clarifier on that. How is Aquarius naive? Page of Wands in reverse. You either thought someone close to you didn't want something or wasn't interested, and you're going to find out that they actually had a lot more of an understanding and desire and interest in the thing than you thought. Maybe you wrote them off as disinterested. Or this could be an energy that's manifesting through you. Let's see what's going to affect the situation that Aquarius doesn't see coming. We have the Five of Wands in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse. You may be really preparing for what you anticipate is going to be a big challenge or a need to prove yourself in some way. You're buying all the supplies, you're studying, you're making plans, you're practicing conversations that might take place, and it's not going to turn out the way that you expect, so all your preparations are kind of going to be pointless. I mean, they'll help you feel more prepared, so you'll enter whatever the situation is with a more confident attitude. But it's not those conversations you imagine are going to take place. It's going to go so much differently than you could ever anticipate. That's that moon energy. It's like you can make all the preparations and plans you want. You can study all you want and feel prepared. And maybe it's a good thing, you know, that you do. I mean, it's better than panicking and rushing ahead expecting disaster. I'm getting a neutral energy off of that. It's not like some big positive or big negative. So I'm going to move on. Your hopes and fears, we have the Page of Swords. You want to be a wordsmith. You want to be considered eloquent. You want to say things the right way, deliver the message the right way. And you want to be seen as someone who does that. So not just for your own sense of self-worth, but you want to convey the message in a way that people respect, respond to well. I think that's why you're preparing and practicing conversations and trying to plan for the environment to be conducive to you conveying a message in a positive way. And I don't know if you guys are hearing it. It's I'm recording this on July 5th, the evening of July 5th, and people are still setting out fireworks. I mean, to be expected, but some of them are pretty loud. The audio editing software that I use does a pretty good job of isolating the voice, my voice, and editing out like the background noise, but I don't know, those are pretty loud. They might come through. The end result, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So some sort of outdated mindset, belief system that doesn't serve you anymore has still been lingering on. You haven't quite let go of it yet. You might have felt like it's still going to be applicable in some way. You're not sure. You're still deciding. There was another big boom outside. When these energies resolve, what Spirit wants to highlight as the main effect, let me stop. There's going to be a lot going on. There's going to be a lot of activity, a lot of exciting events, a lot of things happening. Things are going to move forward. You're going to be busy. You're going to have cool experiences and challenges, and you're going to feel good about yourself, and you're going to have some setbacks. Yes, all of that. This is referring to kind of a side effect of all of that happening, is that you're going to stop thinking about things the way you used to think about them, or this philosophy that you've held is going to shift and change, evolve into something new. Let's get some advice for Aquarius. We have the Queen of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. So I see the Queen of Swords as a very Aquarian energy. This is someone who is, not to boast, but a lot of times the smartest person in the room, or the most aware of many things, including the depth of their own mind. So it is saying embody your own energies, keep a keen eye and awareness, trust your instincts when it comes to when you're reading into a situation. That's going to serve you well. So when you're, charging ahead into the unknown territory, this fun-loving attitude, make sure that you keep your Queen of Swords crown on. That's like a thinking cap analogy that obviously doesn't come through. I know my mind is silly. Keep your Queen of Swords crown on as you're charging into the unknown, having fun with it. This means that you're going to see some shadowy stuff and think, oh, I see what that is. That is X, Y, and Z. Okay, so that's how I'm going to approach this situation. As you're being nimble and agile in how you deal with it, this is the approach that you're going to take in those moments, which comes very naturally to you, so don't sweat it. It's not something that you have to over-prepare for. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles, as advice, is telling you maybe conserve resources for now. Guard what you have. And the Three of Wands is planning for the future. You're already a few steps proceeded into your plan. Spirit is advising that you, or suggesting that you stay the course. Even when you have to wait for other things to take shape, and you have to sort of like, you feel like you're being stagnant, or you're spinning your wheels, like, oh, nothing is really happening, and you have to wait to see the results. So there are factors outside of your control, right? Whether it's people showing up to your event, or people buying your product, or companies calling you back for interviews. You're doing what you need to do. Spirit saying when you're in those moments of anticipating hearing back from people, yes, but more than that, it's like getting that crucial action from someone else that's necessary in order to proceed with your plan. Like, you're not a solitary consciousness floating through a void. You're dealing with other people. And navigating this unknown territory is requiring you to interact with other people in a way that's like, I'm doing this, now let me see what they're going to do. And if you want wealth and prosperity, that means people are going to have to pay you or buy something from you, or you're going to have to get some funds and invest it very wisely, and then other people are going to have to sell and do well with their business so that your investment increases in value. There are other people involved no matter which way you cut it. So this Three of Wands, all that to say, Spirit is trying to convey this message through me, and I'm really doing my best again. Sorry. Of trust that other people are going to eventually take the actions that they need to take for things to work out well for you. Maybe not everyone is going to do exactly what you would need them to do. Maybe it's going to take a little bit longer than you would have liked. But in the right timing and in a way that is creating a healthy and positive outcome for you in the long run, they will come through. The other people that need to do things will do them. And if not them, then someone else will come and do it. I hope that makes sense. Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helped. Have a good day, and I'll see you back tomorrow.